Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great vacation and we're ready to hear another bit of chapter of Charlotte's Web. We're going to start the chapter, The Egg Sac, and we'll read about 4 pages of that chapter today. Ooh, sorry, Soph. I just scratched her nose. The Egg Sac. Next morning, when the first light came into the sky and the sparrows stirred in the trees, when the cows rattled their chains and the rooster crowed and the early automobiles went whispering along the road, Wilbur awoke and looked for Charlotte. He saw her up overhead in a corner near the back of his pen. She was very quiet. Her 8 legs were spread wide. She seemed to have shrunk during the night. Next to her, attached to the ceiling, Wilbur saw a curious object. It was a sort of a sack or cocoon. It was peach-colored and looked as though it were made of cotton candy. "Are you awake, Charlotte?" he asked softly. "Yes," came the answer. "What is that nifty little thing? Did you make it?" "I did indeed," replied Charlotte in a weak voice. "Is it a plaything?" "Plaything? I should say not. It is my egg sac, my magnum opus." "I don't know what a magnum opus is." "That's Latin," replied Charlotte. "It means great work. The egg sac is my great work, the finest thing I have ever made." "What's inside it?" asked Wilbur. "Eggs?" 514 of them," she replied. 514, said Wilbur. "You're kidding." "No, I'm not. I counted them. I just started counting, so I kept on, just to keep my mind occupied." Here is a picture of Charlotte's egg sac. Whoops. "It's a perfectly beautiful egg sac," Wilbur said, feeling as happy as though he had constructed it himself. "Yes, it is pretty," said Charlotte, patting the sack with her 2 front legs. "Anyway, I can guarantee that it is strong. It's made out of the toughest material I have. It's also waterproof. The eggs are inside and will be warm and dry." "Charlotte," said Wilbur dreamily, "are you really going to have 514 children?" "If nothing happens, yes. Of course, they won't show up until next spring." Wilbur noticed Charlotte's voice sounded sad. "What makes you sound so downhearted? I'd think you'd be terribly happy about this." "Oh, don't pay attention to me," said Charlotte. "I just don't have much pep anymore, I guess. I feel sad because I won't ever see my children." "What do you mean you won't see your children? Of course you will. We'll all see them. It's going to be simply wonderful next spring in the barn cellar with 514 baby spiders running around all over the place. And the geese will have a new set of goslings, and the sheep will have their new lambs." "Maybe," said Charlotte quietly. "However, I have the feeling I'm not going to see the results of last night's efforts. I don't feel good at all. I think I'm languishing, to tell you the truth." Wilbur didn't understand the word languish, and he hated to bother Charlotte by asking her to explain. But he was so worried, he felt he had to ask. "What does languishing mean?" "It means I'm slowing up, feeling my age. I'm not young anymore, Wilbur, but I don't want you to worry about me. This is your big day today. Look at my web. Doesn't it show up well with the dew on it?" Charlotte's web never looked more beautiful than it looked this morning. Each strand held dozens of bright drops of early morning dew. The light from the east struck it and made it all plain and clear. It was a perfect piece of designing and building. In another hour or two, a steady stream of people would pass by, admiring it and reading it and looking at Wilbur and marveling at the miracle. As Wilbur was studying the web, a pair of whiskers and a sharp face appeared. Slowly, Templeton dragged himself across the pen and threw himself down in a corner. "I'm back," he said in a husky voice. "What a night!" The rat was swollen to twice his normal size. Can you see him? His stomach was as big around as a jelly jar. And we're going to stop right here with that image of Templeton in our heads, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Have a great day.